Alright, so I'm going to do a quick heads up on one of these, what are they called, inflatable paint booth. Alright, so if you buy one of these things, just going to kind of go over what some of the stuff that comes in the box is, how it works. These are available on Amazon. This one is. I've seen a lot of them on I haven't seen very many on YouTube, but I've seen a lot of them on eBay. So if you're looking at one of these things, maybe you want to kind of check out this video and see the stuff that comes with it, or see how they work and stuff like that. Because honestly, the videos I watched before I bought this gave me really no information, so I kind of went into this blind, not really knowing what this thing is like, what it does, how it works. I mean, I haven't sprayed in it yet, but I'm just going to talk to you guys about airing it up, how you air it up, how you get it to go take its shape, because it doesn't just do it on its own like they show in the videos. So first thing is you have to shut all your zippers. So your doors and everything have to be shut. And then what it does is it'll actually put air inside of it. I was looking for the ports inside, and I didn't see any ports for where the air comes in, but I guess it just leaks through the stitches. Maybe they, and that's enough to get the air to go inside and fill it up. So what that does is when it airs up inside, then it actually takes its form and comes into shape. Alright, so that's how that works. If you're looking at these things, it doesn't just air up without getting the inside sealed. Now, these things have pretty cheap ass zippers, okay? And this one here is going the wrong direction. Should be going the other way. So that's one of the things that doesn't seem very good. Maybe you could, yeah, I guess it's just to kind of chase it around. If it starts to zip its way open, you can chase it around with that one and reclose it. Once it's fully aired up, you have to have the door open or the vents open. So these are for your filters. So you pull off the clear thing and you put your filters on there. So you have to have those things available, which didn't come with the one I got from Amazon. Alright, so keep that in mind. If you're buying one off of Amazon, it doesn't come with the filters, and you definitely need them. Because once it's aired up, it is what it is right now. And that's the way it is. So if there's really any wind, any significant wind, I don't think this thing's gonna work well. So that's one of the issues I see already after getting it, because this is actually what comes on some of these is rubber cloth. This is actually like sail material. It's, I don't know what they call it, but it's basically, you know, I was a sailor, so I know sails are made out of, this is the same thing that sails are made out of. It's really strong cloth, and it withstands wind pretty well, but this thing's so lightweight that it could probably blow away or move around. What I'm worried about is in the wind. If I get a really heavy gust of wind and it hits this thing and pushes it into the paint of the car, which I think is avoidable if you put some, after it's inflated, so you couldn't really inflate this thing very easily in the wind. Just keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit difficult to inflate in the wind. You put you could put sandbags, and they give them to you. It comes with sandbags. It comes with ropes to tie down right here to tie down to sandbags too. But you could probably put sandbags along the sides to keep it from, you know, because what you're worried about is if this wall goes in that way and it collapses. If that wall goes in and collapses, then it'll fall down on your car, you know, and if that happens while you're painting, that's a disaster. So that wouldn't be any good. If this was inside a building, it would be absolutely no problem. It'd be great. So if you're looking at one to put inside a building, I'd say you're pretty safe, other than the zipper issue. And it's a cool thing because it is pressurized booth, and a pressurized booth has less, has better airflow sometimes than the other ones. So when you open those doors up, plenty of air is going out. Like if I'm standing at the door on the other side, which I can't really do because the motors are running, it's really loud over there. There's a lot of air coming through, so it's a really strong airflow. So painting in there, I'm sure, won't be an issue. But see how this wall's tilting already? Because I was playing around with it. That's what you don't want. If this wall tilts too much, then it'll kink. And once it kinks, it's going down. So you better put sandbags around it. If any amount of wind comes up, it would be a problem, because this thing will just fold up, because it's not very heavy. So there are ones that are made out of the rubber material. They say it's 200 pounds. This one was not 200 pounds. It's actually, the good thing about this one for a guy who's just doing stuff at home is it's made out of the sail material, and it's fairly lightweight. I'd say it's about 100 pounds rolled up, and you could move it and set it up by yourself. So I did this morning. I set this up by myself with no help. So that's a good thing. So that's basically how it comes in the box. This one comes with these two motors. These two motors are actually larger motors. Comes with this one, two of these. So, and these are the larger motors. Alright, so I just tested. If you actually remove one of the motors pretty quickly, it will actually start to lose its pressure, and then it'll start collapsing right away. So you have to make sure you always have power to this thing while you're using it. Now, this is what I would suggest doing if you were going to use one of these to paint in. If you're thinking about it, you really need it on concrete. You can't put it on rocks, can't put it on dirt. Okay, I would paint something in here and immediately take it out. So I would not leave it in there while it's drying. I'd let it dry for maybe 20 minutes or something, and I would slip that sucker out of there just in case it you know, because by then, you know, you got your open time pretty much isn't, you know, the dirt and stuff isn't going to be as threatening as it is right after you get done putting on that clear. So and I wouldn't use really slow clear on it with this thing, because you know, there is some risk involved with this. And you know, but overall it's not bad. I mean, it's workable. I could see how you could do it with this, but it is very cheaply made, and you're probably gonna have to put new zippers on it within a short time, because you see these cheap little zippers right here. Now, if you are looking at one of these things and you're going, well, you know, I just want it every once in a while to paint something and maybe it'll work out, and it's $1,500, and keep in mind, it is not returnable. Even though you get it through Amazon, it's not returnable. It says right on when you go to buy it, I didn't know that when I bought it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it probably. Yeah, because there's ones on eBay, and if you buy it on eBay, and you get free shipping. Generally, that's if it's defective, they have to return it. So, and I don't know this is defective, but it's marginally engineered. So, you know, keep in mind there are ones that are made out of, there's two different materials. There's a sailcloth, but they don't really say sailcloth. It says something like, I forget, like silk or something like that. It says some sort of other name for it, cloth. And then there's ones that are made out of that PVC, which is rubber, or rubberized cloth. And maybe the rubberized cloth ones might be a little bit heavier, so it might hold up in the wind better. But then again, it's going to take two people to lay it out because they're really heavy. This one's very lightweight, and you can move it around and drag it, slide it, and lay it out and set it up for one person. So anyway, kind of another alternative, you know, to spray your own stuff. And it's doable, I think. You know, will I do videos in this thing? Probably not, because you know, you gotta haul ass and get it done and get out of there, because really you're worried about you're worried about the booth falling apart while you're doing the work. So you're gonna haul ass, get your painting done and get it out of there. So setting up cameras and all that might be a disaster, and no, I probably won't be doing that. Maybe, we'll see. So anyway, yeah, if you're in an area, this is kind of cool because you can put carbon filters on here. So now you put carbon filters on here, and now this thing is, you know, there's no smell. So you've eliminated that issue, but it is huge. So this is the 26 foot by, or they say 8 meters long by, I think, 3 meters wide. It's 13 feet by 10 feet. So you can paint almost anything in this. So that's how they work. That's what's in the box. Trying to make sure I covered everything. Trying to answer all those questions now so that you aren't having to write them all out to me. Again, like I said, it is not like really sturdily made. I mean, it is. It looks like it's made with good thread and stuff like that. They used like sunbrella thread in it. Looks like 138. So it's pretty strong. But the zippers and stuff like that, and if they do fail, you won't be able to air it up. So, I mean, you could probably maybe replace this with some Velcro or something, which would probably work. Because it doesn't need to be 100% sealed. It just has to be sealed enough to get it to air up, and because that's a lot of air CFM going through those fans. So you could probably replace that eventually if you needed to with some, you could probably take a little bit of cloth and some Velcro and just use silicone to put the cloth on, and then put Velcro over that if it started to fail. But anyway, at least you can air it down by yourself, and you can put it up by yourself. And then it has these weird sandbag things with these strings. So if you did want to try and spray in the wind, you'd have to definitely put stuff along the bottom, several sandbags along the bottom, and then throw your ropes in here in those little loops, and put some of those little sandbags on the ground that they give you with it to kind of keep it from blowing away. But if it was like more than 30 miles an hour, I wouldn't even try it. I think you'd be in a problem. So that's just my opinion on how it works and what you could probably do with it, and the issues that you probably will have with it in real life. Because like I said, I didn't see any videos on this. I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.